Welcome back to my channel, guys. It's your boy Iron Pizza Man Gaming, and back with another Philadelphia Eagles rebuild with the 6 and 7 Eagles right now. Oh man, we're clinging on to our playoff hopes, man. Like, we basically got to win out, man, just to get a shot. So last year, kind of snuck in and ran the table and made it all the way to the NFC Championship, but ultimately lost. This year's a different story, man. We can't sneak our way in this year, and it's mainly been a quarterback play. We're gonna see what we can do in this game. Hopefully come out with a dub. Good on offense. Good on defense. Man, see if we can, no training, no upgrade for training players. Let's come here and see if we can get this dub at home. Back in the link, baby. Let's get it. We're one overall better than them, so they got a stud at quarterback, Justin Fields, and a stud at receiver, and gotta watch out for Khalil Mack. Let's get it.
Tonight, from Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Chicago Bears.
Opened back in 2003, have a look at the link. Lincoln Financial Field, where 70,000 are rocking and ready to go in Philadelphia. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with the Chicago Bears. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Eagles team as they...
Defense gives up a touchdown as usual, so we'll come out here and try to match that score.
This offense gets set to take over.
Kaepernick starting.
First down, Kaepernick. They're trying to find Shark, but it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it.
Of course,
this will be
Kaepernick.
brought back to the 22.
We're down 2-0 early.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time was a pretty one-play and interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. The numbers for Sanders last week: 17 carries, 70 yards.
And a rushing title is definitely within sight, so the excitement on the offensive side of the football, I mean, they're bouncing off the walls wanting to get out there, but they also understand that they're going to face some really stacked defenses down the stretch because they don't want it to happen at their expense.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for third down. To throw, Kaepernick. And connecting here with DJ Shark.
Good pass on the ball.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Kaepernick now on first down. That's once again complete to Chark. They find some open field here.
Good play. First down, Eagles.
Getting this inside the 25.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far.
Yeah, first down and 10.
Needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Minimum game.
And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Sanders. Good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17.
3rd and 4.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28,
way to get out of the pocket. And
that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Sanders. And this is not going to do it as he stopped at the 2-yard line.
Good job, Dave.
They'll try to run with Sanders.
Okay,
First down, Eagles.
Into the end zone for the Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders, his 14th touchdown now on the year.
Good play call, good drive. Defense gave up 3.
This Philly offense set to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive.
Now. On the
when
ball.
you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Kaepernick now on first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I got a block for him.
You've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he'd stand in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion.
Way to grab him.
He was able to shed 1 tackle, but could not get away
3rd
from
and 5.
there.
We'll take
5
that.
yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move.
Throwing now is Kaepernick. Flush to his right. He finds his man complete.
Good pass. Good catch, Reese. Way to hold on to
He's
that.
going to have an Eagles first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7.
Good run. Very
But
sticky
after
foot
we
in
saw a
run.
flashy little move, stopped short of the 40. 42 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. 2nd down and 3.
Crosser.
Play action. Now Kaepernick.
Look at this sticky pocket.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence.
And this is going to be hauled in. Oh, what a catch at the 10.
And how nice is it for him to know that when he gets outside the pocket,
and
he's got
we
reliable
lose our
tight end he can
Brandon
go
out
to.
from
So he's able to look his way, find his big target, and set up 1st and goal.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. They'll run with Sanders. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Sanders again. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Power O.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. They'll roll him out right.
Touchdown,
And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Ronnie Gronkowski, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles are now just an extra point away from grabbing the lead.
Good pitch. Good pitch. We got the lead.
The Eagles offense set
more
to begin their
next
next drive.
halftime.
And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back.
Nice pancake.
Still going.
Nice pancake.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he'll let this one go
one-on-one
deep
coverage.
for Chark. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds.
He caught it, but it
says
didn't come
line
out.
judge. The throw took
Way to
him
go
a
for
little
that
too
pitch.
far.
Way
It's
to go
2nd
for that.
down.
So, Charles, you talk about this head coach, and let's face it, this season certainly has not gone the way many had expected or at least hoped. And I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20.
Really wanted to
Now the Bears going
score a
to use
little
the
bit more,
second of
but
their timeouts as they
we'll
get the
take our-
stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in
we'll
the
take
first
our,
half.
we'll take our
On 4th down, Matt Hawk is on to punt.
Try to pin him deep.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here.
On the return is Scott. So the punt goes for 56 with a decent return of 13.
And the Bears take.
Let's go defense. Oh, got a
So
turnover.
this offense will head back out there already in excellent field position thanks to the interception.
Got a chance to put
So
points on
after
the
the
board.
INT, it's Kaepernick. And Shark calls it in. And
Good
he's
play.
out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
And partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route.
Got possibly
Rounded it a little
maybe
bit
2
more than a
plays.
slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field. And that's very
First down,
He
Eagles.
is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And the Eagles are
Good
able
play
to
call.
strike quickly to add on to their lead.
And that lead is now 7 with a chance to go to 8 or more if they want to get crazy here, which we don't expect. But
Good drive for halftime. Good drive.
Already at the
Pad
line,
this
this
lead up a
Philly
little bit.
offense set to go.
And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the second half?
I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I keep an eye on their defense, and I think their coaches
play,
up in the
good
box will
run,
do
on the
the
ball.
exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be license to take some shots downfield.
And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's
Wanna
2nd
get it
down.
done?
In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy, sometimes having to hang out all day and
Good
play
play,
isn't
Devontae.
exactly
Good
play to your
catch.
advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
We got three, fellas. We got three.
They'll run on first down. It's Sanders.
Good run, Miles.
17
carries for 89 yards.
89 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. On 1st and 10, here's Kaepernick. Eluding the pressure right. It's caught. Smith.
Good
A
reads.
gain of 6 there on 1st.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
On 2nd down, Gainwell looking for space. And
Good
able
run.
to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
Ball.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. They'll run here with Gainwell. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Sanders. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. They've gotten it to the 1. Can they get that final yard here on 3rd and goal? To throw, it's Kaepernick.
Touchdown.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
It's a good drive, good play, good calls. Good job, guys.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
All right, guys,
They
check
were
this
able to
lead.
extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are
Good
the counters
run.
to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
2nd down, back to Sanders. And able to
I'll give
get this
him
one
112
across the
yards in the game.
45 before he's
Great
brought
game.
down.
And the
welcome
4th,
back.
get them
We are
4s
in
up.
the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Play express.
On play action, it's Kaepernick.
Got him across the middle. Come on,
Not sure he
Kaepernick.
saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've got an answer for it.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 27. They go back to the ground with Sanders. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about
116 yards
2nd
and
and
2
6.
TDs.
Now a 2nd down and 6.
Get him hurt.
Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick. He finds his man, complete. That's Reese.
That's touchdown.
And he's brought
Come on,
down
Rick. You got to
after
reach
a
that
very
out.
nice gain.
Come ball.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders, fine work there on the touchdown run. And the Eagles look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game,
let's go defense.
at the line. This Philly offense set to go.
4-minute offense.
Big stop on the turnover on downs to get the football back, and now it's just all about salting this one away.
Yeah, just slowly bleed the clock away. Clock's definitely on your side. And, you know, when we talk about analytics in the game, what is this one? Advanced win metrics? Because if you take care of the football here, bleed the clock down, were they about 95% chance of winning?
Oh, yeah, I'd say 95 or better. And I know you always say it, every coach does. It's just protecting the football at this point.
And knowing that the defensive guys, they're coming after the ball more than they are the person
He's off.
to knock it free.
Can he get there? Can he make it out of the way?
And he is in.
Let's go. Touchdown, Eagles.
Miles Sanders, 75 yards. And the
Ran out of
Eagles
gas,
look
I
like
think.
they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here this
Wait, we got there.
quarter.
Let's go. Let's go, defense.
Both offenses have been clicking in this one. A lot of points on the board. We'll see if that trend continues. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured bear on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
And there goes Miles. 26 versus.
210 yards on the ground for him now as he's gotten better really as the night's going on. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And
The rookie, he's off. He's off.
20. Touchdown.
Touchdown, Eagles.
His 8th rushing touchdown and 9th overall on the year. And the Eagles add on to their lead.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job.
Explosion help leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Eagles, they get back to 500 now as the win moves them to 7-7.
And they will hit the road next week to take on Washington.
Meanwhile, for the Bears, they fall to 8-6 with the loss. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Carolina Panthers. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Great game from the Fullers. Great game today. Take a look at the stats. Kaepernick's QBR 126.2, 4 incomplete passes, 212 yards through the air, 78% win percentage, 2 touchdowns and that 1 pick, man. After he threw that 1 pick, it was kind of forgotten about, you know. Miles Sanders, the player of the game, 27 carries, 213 yards, and 4 TDs. Gainwell had 4 for 77 and a touchdown as well. Receiving wise, DJ Shark 4 for 101. No touchdowns. Reese had 3 for 31 with a touchdown. And Gronk had the only touchdown in the red zone. But share the wealth, man. Share the wealth all around. Blocking wise, 4 pancakes by Lane and 3 by Jason Kelsey and 1 sack given up. Tackles, man. KJ Wright had a big game. He led us in with tackles. He had 13 all solo. Eric Wilson had 9. we had 2 sacks really. One by Fletcher Cox and a half a sack by Eric and half a sack by Quiddy Pay. We had 1 interception by Anthony Harris. Kicking wise, we were perfect throughout the day. We punted 1 time for 59 yards. No kick returns, no punt returns. So got a big dub. So that should improve our playoff rankings, hopefully. We'll just have to sweep. And we got an upgrade for Reese and Tucker McCain. We got 1 injury. That's Brandon Brooks. He should be out for about 5 weeks, 4 to 5 weeks. Yeah, we're gonna need him, man. We're gonna make a playoff push. We're gonna need him in the playoffs. So let's advance to the next week. Got a big divisional game. Well, yeah, divisional game. So look at the playoff pictures. We're still not in, so we just have to pretty much win out every game. This is what we have to do. Taking on the Washington football team. Let's get this weekly strategy in. See who we need to key in on. Teddy B for offense with defensive threat, and Mouse and Chase Young for defensive threat, offensive threat. So we gotta make sure we get our playmakers the ball. We gotta get our playmakers the ball. We're number 1 in rushing and number 1 in rushing defense. So rushing is our forte. I mean, you can't stop us from rushing for 200 yards every game. But we're gonna check out any injuries on defense for practice or training wise. And we're good on offense, so we're going in full strength against a division opponent. We got some upgrades for some players. Landon Dickerson, Zach McPherson, and Devontae Smith. And we're gonna get to this game, man. We're 1 overall better than this, so should be a good contested game. And we're gonna try to run away from Chase Young.
Today, from FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland, it's a special Christmas Day edition of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Washington football team taking on the Philadelphia Eagles.
It's a pretty frigid December day in our nation's capital. We got our space heaters on full blast up in the booth at FedEx Field.
The enthusiasm for football here on the East Coast always in the air. These folks are ready as their guys get set to match up
with the Philadelphia Eagles.
Trying to get to that wild card spot, but we're in last place, so we need some teams to lose, man. So, let's get it. Coming out with the ball first.
So the
field and put some
football will
points
be
on the
at
board.
the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders.
Good run, Miles.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
And he's down. Miles is down.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's second and a yard from the 34.
This man mentality.
First carry for Kenneth Gainwell.
Good run. Good run.
That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield, get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way down.
First down. Way to stick in the pocket.
Keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend.
It's gonna be the Kenny show. Kenny Gainwell show again.
Washington territory now.
You got it. You got
First
it.
and 10 at the 47. From the gun, here's a run by Gainwell.
Tried to run
And
away
this
from
time they
him.
were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. Kaepernick going to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw.
Where did
away
you
from
do that?
arm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They fake the give. Now Kaepernick. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. So here's Washington now backed up a bit to start their first drive. And they'll be led out by their quarterback, the former Louisville Cardinal.
Come on, defense. Defense let us down. Come on, so we gotta score.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over.
Let's go,
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
Good run, good catch, good catch. On the ball.
He takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10.
Come on, guys. You gotta come down with that.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
3rd and short. Let us see it. 3rd and short.
They'll try and run for it with Gainwell.
And
he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Kaepernick, they're going for it on 4th. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Smith. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense, they can't get the stop here. Throwing on first down is Kaepernick. Forced out to his left.
We'll take them 2 yards.
Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Check 55 to mine. Check 55 to mine. Hey, watch his flat. Watch his flat.
They run here with Jason Huntley. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
I tell you what, CD, this Washington defense very strong in the victory last week.
There's a little bit of lightning
third
talk
and
with the
long
defense
when you don't
coordinator
like.
about their performance last week.
You
Because
see,
the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance.
you
They
can
did
pick
what
it
they needed to do to get the job done
Might
and
be
get
a
the
pick.
win. But definitely a few lapses that they're
Ooh,
looking to
kind of
correct.
early, but
Certainly
we'll take
looked
our
like someone
points
was very
here.
confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Just need defense to make another stop. All right, defense.
The
Let's
Eagles
go.
offense set to
Take
begin
that.
their next drive. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. They start the drive here with Gainwell, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here, 2nd down. The last run got a couple, here's 2nd and 8.
Take that. Let's go.
To throw, Kaepernick. He finds his man, complete. It's Reese.
Good pass.
And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30.
35.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Come on, guys. You got to come down with
And
that.
unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. He was only asked to punt
him back
once
deep.
in the victory last week as he sends this one away. With it is Brown. All told, a 54-yard punt, 13 on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they split the uprights last time.
Let's go, defense. Job. Really keep us in the game, D.
So 2nd quarter, this offense losing and hoping to get the football
Gotta score on
in the
this
end zone
drive.
for the 1st down. Kaepernick now to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Kaepernick hit. Fumble. He lost the football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down. On the handoff, Gainwell. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. He finds his man, complete. It's Reese. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Now Kaepernick.
55. What the fuck are you doing?
He will go down. Jonathan Allen able to record his 5th sack of the season. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this 1st half of action. Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time.
Oh, man.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line.
Let's go, defense. Good shit, D. Good
So this
turnover.
offense will head back out there already in excellent field position thanks to the interception. Now Kaepernick. Pass incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
Touchdown,
Take
Eagles.
it into the end zone for an
Way to
Eagles
run that,
touchdown.
Kaepernick.
Colin Kaepernick, his 9th touchdown of the season.
get there?
And the
Way to
Eagles
get there
have
in the
cut
end
it
zone.
back within a score.
Let's go, D. Defense takes us another.
The Eagles offense set to
Got
begin
three
their next
timeouts.
drive.
You can score for
And with good
halftime.
starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket. No reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. He
You got
finds
Reese.
his man complete. That's Reese. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Always keep the feet down.
To throw is Kaepernick.
Come on, right back to him.
Throw inside complete. That's Reese. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
We'll take that.
And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
Good call there on first down. And Brandon, I'm getting better over the years and not screaming out screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did so there, and they wind up picking up positive yardage.
Flushed out right.
Come on, Reese. You got to hold on to that.
It, but dropped him. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. Third down.
You got to hold on to that, Reese. Touchdown would be good here, but we'll take that point.
Setting up the screen with Gainwell.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Kaepernick. And this is caught by Watkins. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Here's Kaepernick to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to break free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Kaepernick wants to throw on 3rd and 1.
He'll find Gainwell out of the backfield.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. So we reach halftime here, Charles. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it.
We should have took a points, but it's all good. I'm believing my defense.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
Running right, this is Gainwell.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Now
they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe it'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Good play.
And he's going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
From the gun, it's Kaepernick. Flush to his right. And pass the 40 before he's out of bounds. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made. And that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense...
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Montez Sweat make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Here's 3rd and long. Kaepernick needing a big play to counteract the sack. He'll drop to throw.
Took a bad sack.
Now they'll set up the screen to Huntley.
Finding some room in midfield. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Kaepernick to throw for it on 4th. Pitch and catch there good for 13. And that's going to bring
come down with Reese.
And he gets it inside the 35
come down with that ball.
The 30.
Good job, rookie.
Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front. But somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Into the red zone now. Kaepernick. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back in the 24. Chase Young in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. They'll run it here with Huntley. They'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
37.
So that one will get them halfway to the first down.
Take out point
7
15
yards.
this time.
Makes it 3rd and 7 now. They'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He finds his man.
Good job, rookie.
It's Reese.
On the
And the
ball.
Eagles are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Looking to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete. Two of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
Sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half. You're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
Yeah, not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Strong coverage by Washington, and now 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. McCann's kick is good. And that will tighten this one up a bit. Now a 1-score game at 20-13.
Cut the lead to 7. You know, defense to get a stop, and they did not. Right.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder. Puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Have to score a touchdown this drive.
They're going to look to throw.
That's to his running back, Gainwell.
Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down.
And 3, you love to see that. Okay.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling.
Kaepernick hit. Fumble. He lost the football.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
That's probably going to be the ball game, man.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end Goddard. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Back to throw now on 1st down. Sharks got it left side. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
Kaepernick to throw again. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last one.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Man got 3 sacks.
Chase Young, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
All right,
Picked up by Jamin Davis.
And the return will be stopped at the 34. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
On second down, here's Kaepernick. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting up.
Lions not blocking, man.
Here's third and long. Kaepernick needing a big play to counteract the sack. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked off at the 49. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
Yep. That's going to do it.
So it's Washington getting the victory here. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for Washington, it's a critical win for them as it gets them to 9-6 on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, this loss really hurts their playoff chances as they drop to 7-8 with 2 games left. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Washington football team as we say so long from FedEx Field.
All right, heartbreaking loss, man. You dropped the ball on this one, left a lot of points on the board. Take a look at these stats, then we're going to get up out of here. Kaepernick, complete opposite of last game. 46.8 QBR, 22 completions, 246 yards, 61 completion percentage, and three turnovers. Well, Gainwell had 8 for 34, Kaepernick 7 for 56. Jason Huntley 4 for 22, and Miles went down early, first play of the game. Gainwell had 8 for 89. He led our receivers. Reese had 7 for 72. Had a big drop though. No touchdowns, and Devontae 1 for 5. Blocking wise, Jason Kelsey had 4 sacks for 4 pancakes, gave up 1 sack. Lane Johnson 3 pancakes, gave up 2 sacks. Jordan gave up 1 sack. Defense wise, Eric Wilson led us again in tackles with 11, Brandon Graham 8, and Darius Slay with 8. We had 1 sack from Sue, Dominican Sue, and half a sack from Graham and Quiddy Pay. Kevon Wallace had the only pick. Kick wise, Tucker McCann, 2 kicks. Pretty good. 2 kicks, 2 makes, 1 extra point, and longest of 44. Punt wise, 2 punts for 106 yards. Kickoff return 3 for 71. Punt return 1 for 6, and caught a L. So it's gonna probably dampen our playoffs run. So right now we're gonna see if we can still get in there, but it doesn't look like it right now. We needed a lot of teams to win, but yet they didn't, so It is what it is. Got one injury, by the way. Injury Miles Sanders, and he is probably done for the year. So, go ahead and put him on IR. Put him on IR as well. Yep. And we are going to advance to the next week. Taking on the 6-9 Houston Texans. Take a look at the playoff picture. We are not in there. Nope. We are not. So our season is officially over. We're gonna come out here these last two games and try to play our very best ball, man, and try to come out with this dub. But that's gonna do it for this episode, man. If you like the videos, don't forget to stop and comment and share and subscribe if you are new. And this is your boy Pizza Man. I am Pizza Man Gaming. I'm out. Peace.